Hello, I'm Atik. I am a VR developer and I work on medical VR training simulations. My experience with working on medical VR training has been splendid so far, and I believe VR has an important role to play in education and learning in the future. Medical training in virtual reality is a game changer as medical students can learn to perform complex surgical procedures without any worries or danger or any other sort of guidance. When you learn these procedures in real life, there are a lot of things happening inside and outside of your brain. Sometimes you are not really prepared for them, so VR medical training helps you to train effectively and then perform these steps in real life.
Valhar, my partner, and I built our very first virtual reality medical experience like 4 years ago. And the best thing we learned from that experience is how to make the worst ever and terrible medical training experience. Because we thought that it's about using every tool in the software development, use the VFX, use the animations, but we learned from that experience that virtual reality training is not about using everything in your court, but making it simple, keeping it very simple, keeping it intuitive, and focusing on teaching what you're trying to teach to the users.
We start with researching about the medical procedure and lay out steps involved in it, and then work on the designing part, the UI and UX before developing the experience in VR. But if the project is coming from a client, mostly they have all the research done, so we just design and develop the training in virtual reality. Generally, you start with researching and planning, and after that, our 3D artists prepare an environment, a scene, and all the objects that are needed in the scenario. Then comes the development part, which is the trickiest one. The testing happens along the way. We receive the feedback and implement the changes, and that's how we create training simulation in VR.
In VR, it is important to ensure that an experience is error-free and the user is seamlessly directed towards the objective. To achieve that, we perform rigorous testing because you can never rule out unexpected errors or bugs in VR development, so testing is important. Secondly, we always try to make the user experience as simple as possible. For example, if the user is learning to perform endoscopy in a VR training, he should be sufficiently guided through the steps using notice boards, highlighted objects, and clear and concise instructions. That's the way you can make the VR training more effective and realistic.
We primarily use Unreal Engine due to its powerful capabilities in creating high-quality VR experiences. We perform testing using Meta VR headsets and use Blender and 3D Max to create immersive environments.
One major challenge in developing VR medical training simulation is the technical limitations of VR hardware and software. To overcome this issue, we optimize our code and stay updated with the latest advancements in the industry. Another challenge is to get the procedure right in medical terms, so that is why we have to stay connected with the certified health practitioners in order to get the procedure medically correct.
We have been building VR medical training experiences with our team for the past 2.5 years, and I'm very glad that our experiences are installed at multiple hospitals right now, and hundreds of nurses have already trained using these experiences. Over the years, we've learned how effective VR medical training can be, and I'm very glad to share that we have decided to make a state-of-the-art virtual reality training product which will help people from almost every industry to train for complex scenarios, including medical scenarios. It will also allow the teachers to be able to evaluate the performance of the VR user using the web portal, which will have very detailed analytics about users' progress over time. This product will be completely localized. It will have audio and text instructions in Urdu, English, even Sindhi, which is our local language, but we are also going to add Arabic language to be able to help the MENA market